and welcome back to our FM22 Journeyman, where we're attempting to go from non-league football to winning the Champions League. We are back today with Hertha Berlin in the Bundesliga, and we're doing quite well. We're about halfway through the season. In fact, we might actually be exactly halfway through the season. And as you can see, we're 2 points ahead of Bayern Munich. I don't know about you, but I think actually winning the Bundesliga and getting rid of Bayern Munich would be a huge achievement. As we can see, since our last episode with Borussia Dortmund and Bayer Leverkusen, we have won our further 5 matches, and actually we've won them really comfortably. In those 5 matches, we've conceded 1 goal against Freiburg, and we've scored at least 3 goals on every occasion. But today, as we can see, the team that stands up against us is Bayern Munich. Now, we faced Bayern Munich at the start of the season. That, as a first email into this episode, a 5 to 6 week injury to Delport is less than ideal, but we will deal with that in a second. As I was saying, if you remember, at the start of this season, we obviously had our match against Bayern Munich, and I think we could have won that match if it wasn't for a very annoying red card in that match that then caused us to basically completely roll over and you lose the match. So today we just need to prevent that happening again, really. In other news, we are obviously in the January transfer window, and there's been a couple of transfers already. Gianluca Itier has left. He's popped over to Werder Bremen, so staying within the country, but he's gone over to Werder Bremen for £8 million. We only signed him last season for 21 million, but you tell me that that guy was worth 21 million and good enough for this squad, and I'll call you a liar. We've also sold Jens Kalahert, who he's been here for a while. He wasn't really ever going to do anything. And the other big sell player who wanted to leave is Sidney Raybiger, who's gone over to Atletico Madrid for 7.75 million. On the inside, we've brought in a familiar face as well. We did need another midfielder, and Andreas Inui, who obviously was with us at Barnsley, has come over to the club for £13.75 million. Now, actually, I think this is a pretty good signing. He's a good Bundesliga player, and he's close to full potential, and he's going to be a squad player. But I think, if you, again, much the same reason I signed him at Barnsley, if you're looking at his attributes, his 16 first touch and his 16 passing and his 16 technique, he's very good at least getting that ball forward. And then we're very well that Cucurella is going to be going on that left hand side, so we've brought in Mikalenko, who came over from Spurs. We've paid £48 million for the privilege of signing him. He is a leading Bundesliga player, and he will be starting in the side today. Our lineup for the match against Bayern Munich is going to be Mendy in goal, Mikalenko, Valdez, Mancini and Funk as our back four. We've then got Freeman, Inui and Traore in midfield, Cavarat over on the left with Techahoa on the right, and Luca remaining up front as he has done for the past few matches. We can see we have got some not quite fully fit, not quite ready for the match players in our squad. But equally, there's not a huge amount we can do about it, so we're just going to have to roll with it and do the best we can. Maybe we can get a better result against Bayern Munich today. I mean, if we do obviously beat them today, 5 points clear at the top of the league, being that far ahead against Bayern Munich, we will drop points the rest of the season, 100%. But if we can keep that far ahead, we're in with a really good chance of actually winning the Bundesliga. European football this season would already be very good. Winning the league, chef's kiss. But of course, it's great focusing on that. We need to actually go and do this, and let's hope we can. I would love to stick it to Bayern Munich. They're always the top team in Germany, and it gets very boring, you know, especially in Football Manager. I don't feel like in real life it's maybe quite as cut and dry. You still have your Borussia Dortmunds, etc, but in Football Manager terms, you always have those dominant teams. In the Premier League, it's very much Liverpool, Man City occasionally, but Liverpool, let's be honest, quite an overpowered team in FM22, and it's much the same in Germany. Bayern Munich will dominate throughout your save all the time. Luka here has managed to get the ball in the back of the net, but of course the camera whizzes back to the referee, and the referee going to Philip, who lives in his ear. I'm guessing for a VAR check that we never saw. However, we're getting the replay and the scoreboard is showing that we are 1-0 up. So I'm assuming we're 1-0 up. The referee has done his check. Philip has told him that indeed we were onside. That ball went in the back of the net and the goal needs to stand, which is exactly how our last match against Bayern Munich started. We went 1-0 up and then we got a red card from Traore, who does start in midfield today. Hopefully we're not going to see a repeat of that one. Mikalenko there managing to get back, cut out that long ball forward and stop the Bayern Munich attack, which is brilliant. In UI here, we spoke about his passing at the start of the episode and he's put a beautiful ball in to Kavarat there. Kavarat has overrun a little bit and eventually got himself tackled, but we have regained possession at the back, and now Funk in UI into Luka. Luka not really showing the most adept finishing that he is capable of there. The highlight there has restarted straight away. In UI's been brought down. Referee says it's a second yellow card, and it is exactly the scenario of the first match, but this time Bayern Munich are the team with the red card and not us. And boys and girls, we could be going 5 points clear at the top of the league here. Going into half-time 1-0 up with Bayern Munich a man down. We should be comfortable in this tie now. But of course, this is Bayern Munich. We are Hertha Berlin. There is definitely a little bit of not a performance gap, but a quality gap there. Alright, so future James here. About 3 days after I've recorded this video and I'm in the process of editing it right now, I've realised that the recording just decided to stop at exactly that point in the match. Now, I have got the second half of the episode because I completely stopped and recorded the second half the next day. So I do want to show you that bit, but that means giving you a little bit of a summary of what the hell happened there. What the hell happened there is not a lot changed in the match. We've scored, Bayern Munich have got a red card, and we go on and win the match and go 5 points clear at the top of the league. Little bit underwhelming, but we're now going to go back for the second match, which is against Union Berlin, and have a look at if we've made any transfers in the meantime. Well, there's been no movement in, but there has been a couple more outs. Ergestein has left the club for 14.5 million, which is something we knew might be happening because he didn't want to renew his contract, hence why we bought in UI. He's gone over to Besiktas in Turkey for 14.5 million, and the other one to leave the club is Alberto Malario, one who we signed ourselves last season, but has left for Watford now for 10.25 million. He hasn't really played a lot of games, 9 games for the club in total, and hasn't ever looked particularly fantastic. So made a bit of money on him. I guess that's all right. What isn't all right though is Traore's away from the club, and Funk, as we can see, is injured, which is leaving us with a little bit of a selection dilemma. And it does mean we can just name a sub bench, but it is very, very tight. This is our team today. Then we've got Mendy in goal. Our back four consists of Mikalenko, Karaj, Mancini and Valdez. We've then got Freeman, Inuit and Neyhouse in midfield, with Kavarat over on left, Techaho on the right, and Luka up front. Karaj having to start in the centre of defence because literally we've got Funk injured on the right, so we need Valdez to cover there, and then we've obviously got injuries to our other central defenders as well, so we literally don't really have anyone. The squad depth again, it's always a little bit tight, but I don't want to just go and sign anyone, and I'm having a look at who would be available for transfer that would be at a semi-reasonable price, a bit like the Mancini transfer that we made, and there's not really anyone that I'm looking at going, that would be a good signing. So we've got about £60-65 million left in the transfer kitty. I just don't really know who to spend it on that's going to improve the team particularly. Maxi Gomez is at risk of leaving, in which case probably need another striker just to back up Luca a little bit. Neuhaus for corner here though. No, it's absolutely fine. Don't need to continue any commentary on that. Yeah, we would need a backup striker at that point of a bit of a better quality at the moment than Penna. Techahoa can play there. So potentially we could look at a right midfielder rather than a striker. So it would kind of depend which of those positions we could buy the better quality player. Techahoa's now got a yellow card as well. Can we just stop like fouling people, guys? That's an awful pass there from Luca as well, which is allowing Union Berlin to come back in. But Techahoa's gone back, nicked it, scored his 10th goal of the season. Absolutely fantastic. What's annoying is when we do play that lad up front, doesn't seem to be able to hit the back of the net. Out on the right, does it fairly consistently. I mean, that'll be 10 in, I assume that'll probably include cups, but it's roughly 18 games. It's a pretty good ratio for a right winger. He's not the man starting up front. I think we can be pretty happy with his goal contributions and his assist contributions really overall. So it's a bit of a shame if we do have to then start him up front. I am very aware as well that we do have some promises to fulfill, and there are some players we're going to need to start playing, which is going to mean potentially dropping the likes of Techahoa occasionally. Very, very annoying. Inui with a cross into the box here. It is cut out pretty easy by Union Berlin, but Neuhaus now can maybe make something of it. He's not going to. Valdez now. Neuhaus again. Inui. That looks like it crossed the line to me. I mean, okay, it probably didn't. But it was very, very close. We have to admit, close enough that VAR has had to go and take a quick look-see at it just to make sure that it didn't completely cross the line. We had that in a previous episode. I will not be robbed again. But it's fine. We're 1-0 up. Look, the VAR, it is what it is. Mancini's now got a yellow card. Guys, can we not? Can we not? Can we just edit this? Oh, hold on. No, we're stopping this right now. Stay on feet. Confirm changes. Get back to the highlight. Inui, the man with the ball at his feet. Kavarat now over to Mikalenko, who is very, very narrow there for what is a left wing back. Why are you further infield than you should be, really? You should be out floating around on the wing, not inside of Kavarat, really. Michael, again, why are you running through the centre of midfield? Who knows? Oh, that was a bit of dodgy goalkeeping there from the Union Berlin goalkeeper. We're okay with it, though, because it's allowed Kavarat to just go in and nick another goal. That was some horrific defending. Freeman into Techahoa. Techahoa has not quite got that. I say goalkeeper. Wasn't actually the goalkeeper. It was this man, Lenz, and the goalkeeper rushed out, and it all just went a little bit wrong there for Union Berlin. But we are absolutely fine with that, as I said, because it puts us 2-0 up, and if we just keep winning matches, we're never going to be losing those 5 points we have on top of Bayern Munich. That's the idea. I found the secret to Football Manager and being good at it. The secret, as it turns out, is to win football matches. Now, been a little bit guilty on this series so far of not doing that, but Hertha Berlin, they're sorting that out for us this season, giving us lots and lots of wins and lots of goals before, but to be fair as well. Inui there with another ball through for Kavarat. Once again, we're going to have to go talk to Philip, who lives in the referees' ear. And this time I'm actually going to get a goal check, unlike the last one. Goals awarded, though. Absolutely fine. We're 3-0 up now. Inui already looking like a fantastic sign-in for his £13.5 million we got him for, because he is just spraying those balls forward. That's another assist for him. I think he got one in the last match. He is definitely contributing to the goals. And Kavarat has now got 2. Kavarat, once again, a very, very annoying one, because I keep looking at going, let's replace him. I think he needs replacing, and then he'll go on a nice scoring form. He's definitely got the talent to go and do it. Just really inconsistent for my liking. Also, I'd really like to put someone out there that maybe had a bit less current ability, but had a bit more potential. But that's just me. We all love a good wonder kid, and we are Hertha Berlin, and again, they are normally on a save. Wonder kid central over in Germany. Be nice to do that in this save. We're just not finding exactly the right players here. Neyhouse into the box, then crossed in. No one's really got to it. Cavarat passing it back to Freeman. Freeman's going to have a pop from range, and it is just going to sell past the goal. We have got a few wonder kids though. Obviously Valdez. We have got Freeman as well. I'm looking down here and seeing that Michaelenko has got an injury. All of the team have decided in this episode we don't want to play anymore. We're going to go break our legs. We're going to bring on Thierry Small here for Michaelenko. The man take in the throw-in on your screen. And we'll have another injury. That will be within this episode. 3 injuries to our starting back 4. Which really not exactly what we'd like. Inui there scoring his first goal for Hertha Berlin, and what a goal it is. Brilliant goal there, curving as it flew into the net. Cavarat coming forward, as we can see right over here, and he just cutting that one back to Inui. Takes one touch, sees the goalkeeper fractionally over to the right hand side of the goal, and just bends that one in. Calm as you like. It's a beautiful goal, and again, Inui looking like quite a good signing. I wasn't too sure when I saw him come up. He was a transfer listed. Barnsley, unfortunately, getting relegated last season. They're down in the Championship. Inui wasn't having any of that. I was like, I want to go, boss. Want to go, gaffer. And obviously, once he saw this man making a transfer for him, he didn't have much choice but to come over to Hertha Berlin. I mean, we're the man that's made him a star at Barnsley. He had to go and repay that faith, obviously, because quite clearly I am his favourite manager. Luca's going to come off. We're going to bring on Penna just because I want to give him a little bit of game time, I think. And we'll bring on Akahomak as well because Tetraho is on a yellow card. Akahomak's asking for some game time, so let's give him a little bit of game time. Give Tetraho a little bit of a rest. It works in everyone's favour. Neyhouse over to Akahomak there. That one's been nodded back by the Union Berlin defender on this occasion, and it's going to be gathered up nice and easy by their goalkeeper. But with 13 to 15-ish minutes now left on the clock, you'd think we are home and dry. Penna trying to chip the goalkeeper there. Hasn't done very well with it as it turned out, and it has not hit the target. Unfortunate. It would have been really nice for him to get a goal. Not happened there. Inui, long searching ball forward for Penna again. Hasn't happened, but we have managed to regain possession. Penna once again through on goal. Once again, his shot is blocked by a Union Berlin defender, and he doesn't look like he's going to be getting a goal today. Probably needs one to boost his confidence at this point. I don't think he's a bad player. I do think probably could be doing with some more goals than he has got. Tell the team that was a good effort. Thank you very much for your contributions today, guys. Obviously, we've got a game in hand, but that does put us 8 points top. So, it's quite nice. And the board obviously very happy with what we're doing. They expect us to finish in the Champions League spots, which I have checked in this season with actually top 4 for the Bundesliga because we gained a extra slot at the end of last season. Obviously delighted because we're top at the moment. Little gripe with Football Manager though. We're disappointed because we're not playing direct football. Inui showing that we are playing quite direct football really. And equally, if you want me to play direct football, that's fine. But I'm playing my football and we're winning. I feel like winning's a little bit more important at this sort of stage of the competition. Bayern Munich, of course, will be able to catch up with us in between episodes. And just having a little bit of a look ahead, we have got the RB Leipzig match coming up. We've seen Mönchengladbach enough this season already, so maybe come back. We'll have a look at the RB Leipzig and the Stuttgart matches and see where we are at that point. The January transfer window will be finished, so that'll be quite nice. We can see if we've got any transfers. I think we might need them just in terms of squad depth. If you have watched this far, of course, guys, please do drop a like down on the video today. And why not subscribe to the channel as well? There's lots of cool stuff going on. This series is on the channel. We've got some tips, some tutorials, some rebuilds and some simulations all on the channel, well worth subscribing. It would be very much appreciated as we attempt to head towards 100 subscribers. Until next time though guys, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you over on the next one. Bye bye for now.